Hi, I'm Deepika Grover with Grover Mortgage Group.
And I'm Natalie Van Cardo with the Nat Nate Real Estate Team.
Welcome to our new podcast,
Real Estate of Mind,
where we discuss real estate, life, and everything in between.
We're excited for you to follow us and join in on our journey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the pod.
Welcome back. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it has been. It's been like a couple weeks.
Yeah, because you're away last week. And like when we miss a week, I'm like, oh my God, where's Deepika?
It's been so long, I know. No, I was just telling you, like, I'm dressed like it's like 30 degrees outside.
It's so hot. Our AC has went down in the office. Had a stress workout test this morning.
How was it?
It was fine. You know what? So I have to do all these breathing tests, and like they plug your nose and you have to just breathe. And then I had to like be hooked up to an ECG, and then I had to bike, which was good. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I really even when I'm at the dentist, if I can't swallow my saliva or know I have full function of my lungs or mouth, I panic because it's just an asthma thing in me. So I was trying to panic, and I had saliva in my mouth. I'm like, how
Why
do I
were you
swallow?
not able to swallow?
Because you have this breathing mechanism in your mouth, and your nose is plugged. So you're trying to swallow, and I was just panicking, but it went well.
How long was it?
She said the physical test is between 5 to 10 minutes. I lasted 8 because after she said, okay, we're done, I'm like, I'm not going to keep biking. I'm finished.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we'll see.
You're in good shape.
Well, it's more so my lungs. We're testing my lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the stress
I
level
remember
on
you
them.
did this another time as well.
I did one, with my, I don't even know what a lung doctor is called, but the guy who does the lungs, they did a separate test.
Okay. Okay, well, hopefully all is well. I'm sweating. I just got back from the East Coast, and it was really cold over there, so I'm used to dressing like this, but it's really hot here.
Yes.
So I just didn't even check the weather before I left this morning, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to wear this. And I got out of my car. It's really hot. And then I walked in here, and it's really hot.
Yeah, it's really hot in here right now.
I have cold water in my Stanley, thank God.
Well, how was your week?
It was so good.
Yeah.
The East Coast is very underrated. Have you been?
No, I want to go. It is on my bucket list. I love Anne of Green Gables, growing up.
Yes, we went there.
Yeah, is it?
I haven't read it, but when we went there, I was inspired to read it.
Aww.
So I got it.
Yeah.
And have you read it?
We read it in school, and then we watched the movie and stuff. So long time ago,
It's
elementary school.
huge there. There's a whole museum.
Yeah.
You can go into the actual house that her cousins owned, that the book was based off of. It's really cool. And then you can also go into her grandparents' house that she lived in, which is a kilometer down the road. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. I wish I knew more about the book and the story so I could have appreciated it more, but it was still really, really cool.
Yeah.
And this summer, everything's free. So we got into all these museums for free because all of the national parks are free this
makes
summer,
sense.
which we got really lucky because there's a lot of them on the East Coast. We went to Citadel in Nova Scotia, which was the fortress that they built back in the day for the war and stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool. It was really cool. It's so underrated. I didn't know there was mountains on the East Coast.
No?
No, I didn't know
It's
that.
so gorgeous.
It
Every
was
time I see
reminding me
pictures and
of British Columbia.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Yeah, we went for a week. It was a really, really tiring trip because we drove a lot. So we did the whole Cabot Trail on
Very
Cape Breton
cool.
Island. Breathtaking. Gorgeous. But yeah, it was a really tiring trip. I'm really happy to be back because I did 2 trips in a month, but it was just so fun.
Yeah.
It was
And
really
I kept
fun.
bugging you for work, so sorry about that.
No. We still have to work, obviously. Okay, today. Oh wait, I should ask how you were while I was gone. What'd you do?
It was the last
I've
week
been
of
seeing
school.
all your kids' pictures, and they're so busy. I'm like, of
They
course
are.
she would keep them busy.
Yeah, no, it was the last week of school was a blur because there's so much to get done, and then we were just busy with our listings and stuff. So it was a craze. And last Friday, I was excited to get that finished because it was event after event after
Right.
event. And now I'm just trying to get back into the roll of things because Canada Day was on a Tuesday, and it's confusing.
So weird. I was like, do we work on Monday or not? Some people were working, some people were not. I had a closing on Monday, so I was kind of working, but it was kind of a weird lull.
I worked yesterday, like on Canada Day.
Yeah, you were working yesterday. You were texting me, and I was like, why is she working today?
Why is this lady working?
I was like, stop working. Are your kids in camp?
Not this week. Next week they will be.
Okay, what are they doing this week?
My mom's there right now with them, and then hopefully like tomorrow and Friday I can go do stuff with them.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Is Nathan still working like crazy hours?
Yeah, he's at work.
Really? Oh God. Okay, today I had this idea while I was away that we do an episode of gratitude and things we love about our job, because I think we've been complaining about things as I've been editing our episodes. I'm like, we're complaining a lot. So I want to bring it back to us being grateful about our jobs.
Yeah, I think we always are grateful for our jobs, but like there's also pain points to it, which is like any profession.
No, so true. And it's just, I think we both got really busy at the same time. Yeah. So we kind of were just like, obviously showing that on our pod because we were both so busy. But I think I was talking to you about this. Now that I have some time to breathe, I have productivity guilt.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
I feel bad for you. I don't have advice. I can't give advice because I have it all the time.
Right before I left, I was like, oh my God, I actually have minutes to breathe because it was so go.
Yeah.
And I was having insane productivity guilt. But then I remember texting you and you were like, I saw some turtles and I'm going to be grounded now.
Oh, yeah. Last week I kept seeing, and one day I saw 3 different turtles. What is the chances of that?
It's a sign.
It was a sign. So I needed to slow down.
Oh my God.
Although I haven't taken that note yet. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm dying.
It's hot.
Okay.
So what are some things that you are grateful for your job?
So I actually love doing this exercise because I thought I wasn't going to have many things to write down. But then as I started writing it down, I kept going and going and going. And I was like, wait, this is actually so good to do sometimes. Like just write a gratitude list. Okay. So my number one thing I wrote down is educating people about finance, specifically personal finance. And I think we've talked about this in the past where a lot of people aren't financially literate and they're going to make the biggest purchase of their life. So being a part of that and educating them and getting them excited and, you know, telling them about interest rates and amortizations and what's the difference between a variable rate and a fixed rate and what's the difference between a longer amortization versus shorter amortization. I love doing that.
And I think this goes back to like knowledge is power because a lot of people don't know or they have assumptions and then they just get freaked out. Like I can get that way with certain things. So especially when it comes to like breaking down what a mortgage looks like, because a lot of people just hear the stress and pain points of it and they don't really like understand the math behind it or what actually everything looks like. So once you break it down for them and give them like the clear picture, I think it gives them confidence and just like ease.
100%. And my favorite thing in the world is when my clients ask me questions.
Yes.
I'm like, ask me as many questions as you want because then I know you're truly understanding this.
100%.
And you're not going to come back to me and be like, oh, you never told me this or, oh, this was hidden. You know? So I love it.
Go ahead.
You want me to go again?
Yeah, you got
you want me to do the whole list? Okay. Second thing is becoming more financially literate myself. So because I'm constantly teaching people about it, I've become more financially literate. Obviously, they don't really teach personal finance in school. I'm not sure if it's different now, but back when I was in high school, they were not teaching it. So throughout this job and just working at the bank for so many years prior to doing this job, I became really financially literate to the point where, you know, my whole family depends on me for finances now. And it's just very like liberating. Yeah. I would say to know things about finance.
So like in my job too, like we're always constantly learning. Like there's never a dull moment. There's not like one deal that something doesn't come up. Like there's always something that happens. There's very few where everything is just like perfect.
Yes, exactly.
Stoic, yeah.
Exactly.
Which is kind of, it's good. And we know that we can like overcome each of these things.
And that's literally my next point. Because I was like constantly learning every day, never being bored because every deal is different. So exactly, because every single deal is going to be different.
Each person's different. Like the premise of everything is pretty much the same. Yeah. But how to situate things, like on our, like my side, I have 2 people I have to navigate. I have to navigate the buyer or seller that I'm I'm representing, and then I have to navigate the other side. And sometimes the agent is great, or the clients are not, or the clients are great and the agent's not. So you have to like figure out how to properly word things, position things, mainly to the other side, and then just relaying and guiding our clients on our side.
Totally, and that's the same with me. We're both basically like, we're basically project managers, right? Because we have to manage the whole project, and I also have to manage the client and the lender.
So like I know on our end, a lot of the times, like the other agent will be getting heated and things, and I have to like diffuse and like kind of remind them, hey, like we're just doing this for our clients. Like, like you have to kind of manage everybody's emotions, not just the clients. And sometimes it's agent management as well.
No, a lot of it is relationship management, and a lot of it is diffusing situations for sure.
Yeah.
And knowing how to talk to people. I've gotten a lot of deals done that I probably wouldn't have been able to get done if I didn't have the relationships with my lenders that I have, because they will go the extra mile for you if they know you, they like you, and you have like a strong pull.
And they know you're thorough too. Like they know, okay, if she's bringing this to me, she's done everything on her end, and like she's trying. So yeah,
100%. So that's
it gives them confidence.
Getting positive messages and texts from people, knowing that you've changed someone's life for the better. This actually just happened to me on Monday on my closing. I posted it on my Instagram story because it was just so cute. It wasn't the most smooth transaction I've ever had. The bank was giving these people a really hard time, and their funds were getting held and a bunch of different things. And I was like, I'm so sorry. This is so hard for you guys. Like, it's supposed to go a lot smoother for this. But then I got a text on closing day, and she was like, Deepika, what you've done for our family, like, you have no idea. Like, you've changed our lives. And I like almost started crying because I was like, this is what it's all about. Knowing that you changed someone's life in a positive way.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. It makes all of it worth it, honestly.
Well, because a lot of people are coming to us in high stress. Like it is stressful to take on a mortgage for the first time or renew or get out of a situation. It's stressful to want to buy your first property because of the unknown. And then you also have, if you're like moving up and selling your first property or whatever, it doesn't matter. The whole process is stressful. So we are their rock through it all, and like just guiding them through the steps. And I listed a client's property for lease, and we sold their property last year. And he's leaving out of country really quickly, and he's like, hopefully you can get it done real quick. And I said, no, I was joking. I'm like, no pressure. He's like, well, winners repeat. And when he said that to me, I'm like, oh my God, that's so true. And then we got it done in like the second day.
Wow.
All done. Yeah. He's left, and the tenant's in there. Perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You actually are really good at leasing properties. Like insanely good. Even my property, you got it done so quickly.
Yeah.
You're really good at it.
You have to just talk to people. Like, I don't know. I don't want to give people my secret sauce, but it's relationships.
Wait, you have a secret sauce?
You have to, it's just how you talk to people, and like people that go through, the agents that go through for your listings, for sale, for lease, you have to build rapport with them.
Yeah.
And nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
And that's, to be honest, the reason that I get majority of the deals that I get done is because I follow up, I ask questions, I get things answered. I'm just like, I want to be information based for them and to know like I have their back. We all have the same goal, is to service our clients. And that's pretty much how I get majority of my stuff done.
You are very efficient. You never let things slip through the cracks. I have noticed that about you. Like, you're maybe it's your endless list that you make or you're like like your schedule, but you are so efficient. And I think you are so quick though. Like, that's actually true.
Oh, thank you.
Because I thought it was just for my property that you got it done really quick, but clearly you have an amazing track record.
No, I tend to get things done fast. I don't like saying it because I can't control everything, but I do tend to sell properties and do things fairly fast.
My God.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's amazing. Okay. So the connections I've made with other industry professionals, I'm so grateful for this. Like, we would have never met if it wasn't for our jobs. And now we're not just business partners anymore, and we're fully friends.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is amazing. And then even like just making relationships with other like lawyers and accountants and other industry professionals that help me in my personal life. If I ever need to reach out to a lawyer for any situation, I know these people have my back because I refer them business because we built that rapport.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. And then, you know, I can refer other people to these professionals that I know. Like, it's helped so many people out in my life because people reach out to me and they're like, hey, do you have somebody for like wills and estates, or do you have anybody for this? And I'm like, yes, I do. And, you know, they're vetted. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's really cool. Okay, transferable skills. So I've noticed that because I do so much problem solving and have to juggle so many different deals and so many different projects at the same time, I've transferred that into my real life. So I've become a problem solver in my real life. So even in my personal life, you throw me a problem and I'm going to be good at solving it.
Yeah.
Same with time management. I think I'm really good at managing my time, my schedule. You have to do it when you're self-employed.
Okay, this is so underrated. Time management.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is a pain point in my relationship. I can get things done probably 50% faster than the average person. I'm not going to lie.
100%.
I can get a whole day's work done in 2 hours.
Because we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this even happened before I got into real estate. Like I was working at like a trucking company as a receptionist at one point. I think it was when I was in university. And the lady that was training me, like her whole day was planned out. She's like, this is all you have to do. And I was done it in the first, like before lunch. So I would just sit there and like, so like, what are you doing? Like the manager would come by. I'm like, I got nothing to do. Like it's all done.
Yeah.
And they would give me more work and they just kept adding stuff onto me. Like, oh my God, this girl can do a lot of stuff. But it's like, why wait until 2:00 to do that report when it's all the stuff's done. I can just do it right now.
Yeah.
So it's like something that I've always been able to do. And then it does help me a lot in our career.
Yeah.
Because everything just gets done
and in your
really
personal
quick.
life. Like, that's why you're able to zip zap everywhere with your kids and do this and go visit your dad and go do stuff with your sisters and like all this stuff because you're so good at time management, right?
Yeah.
Same with me. Like, I'm able to get so many things done. I was having a conversation with my brother yesterday and he's like, he really wants to start like a new workout. And he was like, but how do I add this on top of everything else I have to do? And then he was like listing things he had to do. I was like, it's actually not that much. Like, you really could if you wanted to. But then again, he has a 9-to-5. We're lucky in that sense that we don't have a 9-to-5 and we can work various hours throughout the day and, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just able to slot things in and do things at a more efficient.
Yeah, we're more creative with our time.
Yeah.
But there's a saying that these podcasters that I listen to always say, like, no bullshit, what would it take? So like, no bullshit, what would it take for you to reach that goal? So I kind of apply it.
Wait, I love that.
It's so good. I want to do it with Nathan just to like get him to do things, you know, more productive.
Yeah.
But basically, like, if all bullshit aside, what would it take for you to get to that place or that goal? And like for me, for working out, I tried working out at like 8:00 in the morning. Worst time, hated it. I need to work out at 6 a.m. or else I don't feel productive. I will not go to the workout. I will miss it. I need to get there first thing in the morning and then know that my whole day is open to do everything else. I don't like things being like slotted in times where I could be more proactive or more productive in different ways.
The workout thing, I really wish I was a morning person because it would take so much stress out of my day if I just got my workout done first thing in the morning, because my whole day I'm thinking, when can I work out? When can I work out? When can I work out? But I'm not a morning person. And if I do my workout in the morning, I am so dead tired for the rest of the day.
It takes a good like 2 weeks to get out of that.
Oh, so you have this issue as well?
100%. Yes. So like I would be working out and that probably 1 to 2, I'm dead. I need severe caffeine and caffeine doesn't even work on me. So I'm just like, I'm drinking stuff. I'm like hoping to wake up. So I definitely die out earlier.
Okay.
But I like as soon as I get home, I'm productive. Like, cause you have that boost of energy and like all your work's done. And then I'm a little sluggish in the afternoon times, but
yeah, because I think I would be a lot more productive throughout my day if I worked out in the morning, because I walk, you know, like 6 kilometers a day, but then I also want to start doing Pilates more often, like probably 5 times a week. But how can I do that if I'm not doing it first thing in the morning?
Yeah, you have
like,
to.
It just throws my day off.
Yeah, you have to. You got to get up go to the 6 a.m. class. I'll be there.
Okay, maybe not
your
6
house
a.m.
honking.
Yeah, literally. Maybe I'll start with like 8. 6 a.m. is
8. So I didn't like the 8 a.m. Start at 8. Even there's a 7. Do a 7.
I think I honestly just need to do it.
The hard thing is waking up. I get my clothes ready.
Yeah, smart.
I have my smooth, like my protein shake, all the powder, everything's in it. All I got to do is pour the water in the morning. Like, I am set.
Wow.
There is no excuse as to why I can't get out of bed and do things. Nothing is like, I don't have to pull anything out.
Okay, you've inspired me.
Yeah, everything's ready because I know in the morning when I wake up, if I have, I don't want to go get my pants or whatever it is, I will not do it.
Yeah.
So everything's done. I literally just have to get, like, as soon as your feet turn up on the ground, I'm fine. Like, you just brush your teeth, get the F out of the door.
And you know what I love about that also is I'll probably fall asleep earlier at night too if I'm waking up earlier.
Yeah.
And it's probably much better for my circadian rhythm.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. This
That's
is
your goal
inspiring
this
me.
month.
Yeah, this is inspiring me. I'm going to text you every time I do it.
Yeah, good.
You gotta keep me accountable. Yeah, you'll be up anyways, exactly. And then
I'm sweating in here, guys.
I'm so hot. Like, I'm so hot. Like, our faces are gonna have the nicest like highlight.
We're glowing
from the sweat. Another thing is relationship management. That's another transferable skill from our jobs. Why? Why did you look at me like that?
Like, relationship management
in your personal life, you don't think you're good at relationship management? I'm very good at relationship management in my personal life, and I think it's because of my job.
I need an example.
Just like scheduling time with my friends, scheduling time with my cousins, scheduling time with my family. Yeah, we've talked about this.
I'm not good with that. This is where I need to work on, is like scheduling times with friends and doing more things that don't relate to work. Which is sad.
Okay, start with me this month. I want you to reach out to me at least once to be like, let's hang out.
Oh, okay, that's a good goal. I like that. We're going to do that. I like it. All right.
Okay. Freedom of not having to work a set number of hours a day and not having a boss. So for this, I've posted this on my Instagram before, but real luxury to me is being able to go to Pilates at like 12:30.
Yeah.
When everybody else is at work or whatever. And I'm like, this is real luxury to me because I have this freedom in my life that I'm able to do this. And I'm so grateful for this. Like, this is, I think, the number one thing I'm most grateful for is just having that flexibility and not knowing that I'm tied to a desk between like 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever the case may be.
You actually get to schedule things that are important. But in the interim, like on the other side of it, I don't think interim is the right word. We work more hours.
Yeah, and we are 24/7. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a gratitude episode. We're not talking about the negatives.
But I don't know if that's a negative. It's just like we get to work
whenever we
get to be more
want.
selective of what times. Like I'm able to go show up for my kids at their school and volunteer there, and I can like plan things during my day of usually things that most people would have to do in the evenings and weekends.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that makes us a little bit more productive because we don't have to wait for a certain time for us to finish. But while I'm doing those things, I'm actively working. Like at my stress test today.
You were working.
She's like, your phone keeps going off. I said, yeah. And she had to tell me, can you put your arm down? Because I need to she needed to take my blood, whatever it's called, my heart rate. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And like, I'm waiting just for it to be finished for me to like check my email.
You got to get better at putting your phone on Do Not Disturb.
I don't do that. I only do that at night. And still I'm looking at it, I'm like, why
even
didn't I
during
get that
the pod,
message?
your phone is always going off. And I'm like, put the thing on Do Not Disturb. You're worse than I am. You're like really bad.
I am bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I need to be there and answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just caught you doing it again. Because I have an appointment.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, well, that's different. Like, having an appointment is different. Okay, I love not having a set number of PTO, so paid time off for vacation, or like having a set number of sick days. Because I'm a huge vacation person and I like to just get up and go. So I can't imagine having to put in a request to take time off or only having 3 weeks of vacation.
3 weeks is like a luxury. But yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Because we could just be like, I don't want to work today, and you don't have to do it.
100%.
And you don't have to call in.
100%.
Which is very nice.
Yeah.
And I know like when my kids were in daycare, because they got sick so much, and like it was like after COVID, and if your kid had runny nose, you had to take them home. I would have been fired. The amount of times I was off watching my children, I would have lost my job.
But then what do people with office jobs do?
I guess they work from home that day. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
You guys are superheroes in my eyes.
It's true.
Really. Not having a cap of how much you can make. You can work as little or as much as you want. So that's huge.
It's huge. And then it's also not great because if you don't perform that, you're not making anything. So it's really based on your performance.
But what I like about it is it's input equals output, because a lot of office jobs, you are just going to make a standard salary. And even if you're working overtime, you're not getting paid overtime because you're salaried, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they'll give you a couple days off, like lieu time in lieu of vacation or in lieu of salary. But for us, input is equal to output. How much we work is directly related to how much we're going to make.
Yes. For the most part.
For the most, like obviously there's going to be activities that we're doing, like our movie night, that's not going to be directly related to sales or some other things that we do. But for the most part, when we're, when you have a deal, the work you're putting into it to get it sold, you're going to make money off of it, and you're not just going to make a set amount, which is, I really like that.
But I think our industries need to be more, we need to explain that to the public more. Because, like, how many times I see, like, especially on Facebook and stuff, like, people are looking for a realtor that is going to give them cash back or all this other stuff. That's great in theory, but at the end of the day, we are doing all this stuff for you. And I know we're not really valued to the point where people think that we deserve what we get. But I believe I know what we go through, so yes, we are. But it's like we don't go to your job and ask you for a refund on the 20 hours that you just worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So true.
So it's just that part is difficult, but again, that's just like educating the public.
I know it's kind of a slap in the face also, right?
Yeah.
It's like you do not value my time and my effort that I'm putting into this.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I was talking about this with my brother and our friend on our East Coast trip, and I was saying how some of these realtors offer the 1% listings. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand. I was like, how are they making money? Because 1% out of that, they still have to pay for marketing, they still have to pay for staging, they have to pay for all that. So what, they just don't offer those services. So you're getting bare minimum, bare bones for 1%.
Yeah. And like the photos that majority of people do are not great. So like our photos alone eat up a good chunk of our budget.
100%. And the staging is huge.
Staging too.
And the marketing.
Well, yeah.
It's all costs money. So I don't understand the 1% listing, what I also don't understand, and you can educate me on this, is the 1% listing doesn't make sense because don't you also have to give 2 to 2.5% to the buying agent? So wouldn't it be 3.5% total?
Yeah, 1%. Like what they're saying is 1% that the listing agent
would take. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're still paying 3.5%.
Yes.
Approximately total.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
I don't know how they make money. I don't. Because I know what our marketing costs are, and that far surpasses 1%.
My brother's friend was like, oh, maybe they just get the clients to take their own pictures of their houses and just put those on MLS.
Sometimes you see that. Yeah. Even for leases, like, okay, I get it's a lease. We don't make as much money on it. But like they need professional photos done. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see photos where like you can see the agent in the space. Mm-hmm. Your listing's going to be on for a lot longer because people don't actually see the whole idea of the unit, or like, yeah, it bugs me. Sorry.
No, I was thinking about that. It's interesting. Okay. The fact that I can work from home / work from anywhere, that's a huge thing for me. This is kind of like, I know you don't really have this because you have to actually be boots on ground and taking your clients to showings and stuff like that. But I'm really grateful that I'm able to work from anywhere in the world because my job is, I would say 99% remote. Most of my clients don't want to meet me or they're okay with a Zoom. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for that, which is why I can travel so much, which I love, and it makes my world go round. And then the last thing I have here is the feeling I get after solving a really difficult deal. I feel so accomplished. I always think back to that deal we had together and just the feeling I had when we got it approved and got it funded. And then a couple of other really difficult deals that I just funded in June were just such a good feeling. And I was like, I have the trust of these clients for life because I was able to get this deal done. And I know other brokers wouldn't have been able to get it done. And I just feel so good. And it's just like such a nice feeling. So it's like when you solve a really hard math problem, you know, when you're in university and you're in math class, your calculus, and you solve it's the same feeling I get.
And just having the gratitude of your clients, like that far surpasses anything else. Like 100%. I just want to make sure that they're happy, they've transitioned well, they enjoy their new space. Like I just want it to be an overall great experience for them. Yeah.
Can you do your list now?
You touched on all of them.
Oh, okay. We had the same list.
Except for mine, there's one more, is like helping transform their space. So like a lot of people, I'll use like the upsizers. So like they've outgrown their space and we have to do a lot of like decluttering and depersonalizing. And then they kind of, at that point, when after it's staged and stuff, they're like, oh my God, I could see myself living here. But obviously they've outgrown it. But just being able to show their property, which has been like a pain point for them, in a very positive light.
Yeah.
And it looks good in photos. Like when people get their photos back from us, they always are like, oh my God, my property looks amazing.
Yeah.
Which I love because like we did our job and now like it shows well. And
so how involved are you in that process? Who do you bring in to help you with that?
Like the staging?
Yeah.
So we have stagers, or I do it myself, depending if the clients have really good pieces. I have lots of stuff too that I can bring in. So it really depends.
But with the decluttering, do you tell the clients to declutter, or are
we
you
go
involved
through
in
it?
that?
So majority of the time they do it, or I could be hands on to help. When people are elder, I usually kind of do it for them, like help start doing that. But they also have like their kids and stuff helping as well. But mainly we go through, we kind of tell them what they need to get rid of. They're going to start packing anyway. So like they'll pack things away. We can help store it for them, figure out where to put everything. But then, so once it's ready for staging, we stage clean photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's fun.
Yeah. No, I would love that part of the job.
Yeah.
Because it's actually physical and it's tangible. You know, you're actually making a difference in real life, tangible.
Yeah.
That's the difference between our jobs. Your job is a lot more tangible than my job, which is cool.
Yeah, I get to know them on a deeper level too, especially when we're going out and seeing places. So you get to build that rapport with them. And then also just being their soundboards. Like they have like so many ideas. Some people have like, they're coming and we want this. And then we actually go see places. We kind of start narrowing down exactly what they need and want. And then what's realistic and what's not realistic. And then kind of find them the perfect package. I will say, though, I've been finding that when people have a positive outlook at the beginning and they're just calm, like, you know, whatever's meant to be will be, they always have the best results. Opposed to the person that's like
spiraling.
Yeah. Like I can talk them out of the spiral, but at the end of the day, it's them, whether they're going to be happy or not. But ones that are just like, you know, whatever, if it's meant to be, it'll meant to be. Those always kind of go over the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think with any situation though, because if they're anxious, it always makes me anxious and then it makes me second guess myself. But if the client's good right off the bat, then it gives you a little bit more confidence, I think.
It's
like that
energy,
always happens
right?
to me.
It goes back to like their energy and their output. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had a client where you just like them right off the bat and you're like,
Yes.
I just really want to help these people? And I just had that too.
Yeah. That's what makes you want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's those kind of clients that really keep me in this job. Yeah, for sure.
It's true.
Yeah.
And they're, you know what, I find they're becoming more and more like right after COVID was really bad, but I feel like the appreciation like for what we do for people is coming back, which is nice to see.
Which is nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my list. Do you have anything else to add?
No, we kind of all like similar things.
Yeah. Well, we're in the same industry, so it would be similar, and we're both self-employed.
Yeah.
So.
Are you feeling more gratitude towards your...
I am. I honestly really am. I was writing this list out last night and I was like, oh my God, it makes me love my job again. Because sometimes I mean, that's why I need to get back to doing my gratitude journal just in general.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I've stopped too.
I know. And we talked about this, and I really need to get back to it because sometimes you're just so in it that it's like mud. You just can't get out of it, you know?
No, we're like, it is like survival mode. When you're busy, you're just like going through the
100%.
motions.
Yeah.
And like, I see on my calendars, like, okay, this is like D-Day for this. And you're just waiting for those days to happen. And you're not, like, the in-between.
It's a blur.
Does not matter.
My June was so insane with closings, and my July is a little bit quieter. So, which now triggering my productivity guilt because why am I not busier? But then I have to remember the last month of my life, which was just so chaotic, and I have to be like, it's okay because I got through it, and I'm allowed to have, you know, a couple days of rest.
Yeah, I don't know where June went.
June was insanity.
I'm like, oh, we're done. Okay.
Yeah, June was insanity. But
So I think June was the spring market.
I know. It's, for sure. Okay, guys, that's all we have today. A little bit of a shorter episode. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.